been talking about this dude for the past like 3 years almost. We've been talking about this cat for like 2-3 years now. You know what I'm saying, with the shenanigans. It started when he supposedly his church got stuck up in the middle of the service, right? And there was already people saying like it looked fake. It looked like he had something to do with it. He pulling schemes. He pulling scams. Well, guess what? Bishop Lamor Whitehead has been sentenced to 9 years in a federal penitentiary for fraud. I gotta clap it up. Let's clap it up for this cat. And we brought out on this show how one of the people who he scammed was somebody's. It was a grandmother and it was a single mom that he took their money, talking about he was gonna invest in real estate, and come to find out it's all cap. Well, there he is. Yeah, they got him. All right. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this. Let me get this picture up here so y'all can I can see it while I read the article. Salaki, bear with me just a moment. Make sure we get them likes up, man. I see a lot of people tuning in. The water to everybody, but make sure we get them likes up. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, and subscribe. Press that like button. You know what I'm saying? Share this. You know what I'm saying? Share this live, all right? We're on all your social media platforms. All right. Most High in Christ. All right. Oh, also, real quick announcement too. Again, we're gonna talk about it again towards the end of the show. But if you're in the North Carolina area, just if you're in the Triangle area in North Carolina or anywhere you are, Fayetteville, wherever, let everybody know. Let all your friends know. You know what I'm saying? Post it to your Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, I.S.U.P.K is gonna be in Cornwallis Projects. You know what I'm saying? We're doing a food and clothing drive, felony expungement services, all of that. We're gonna be out there, you know what I'm saying, from about 1 to 6 p.m. So make sure y'all let everybody know about that one. But here it goes. It says flashy Brooklyn pastor, right, is sentenced to 9 years for fraud, including taking a single mom's $90,000. We're gonna read this real quick. Lamor Whitehead, a flamboyant pastor who made headlines in 2022. I told y'all it's been like 2 years. When he was robbed during a live stream church service in Brooklyn and then became the target of criminal charges himself, has been sentenced to 9 years in federal prison. U.S. District Judge Lorna G. Schofield imposed the punishment on Monday after Whitehead was found guilty of numerous fraud and attempted extortion charges, along with lying to the FBI. Prosecutors portrayed the 45-year-old church leader as a grifter, siphoning money from his followers and demanding money for what he claimed was influence over New York Mayor Eric Adams. Woo! Woo! Damn, the politicians getting involved with it. This is a quote from U.S. Attorney Damian Williams. Lamor Whitehead is a con man who stole millions of dollars in a string of financial frauds and even stole from one of his own parishioners. The pastor's attorney, Dawn Florio, said in a statement to NPR that while we are deeply saddened by the outcome, Whitehead maintains his innocence. This is a quote. We will explore all available legal avenues to ensure that justice is served, Florio said, adding, we will immediately begin the appeal process. I'm just reading a little bit about what his charges are. We're going to get into it. Whitehead was found guilty of bilking a single mom. A jury found Whitehead guilty in March of all 5 criminal counts against him. During the 2-week trial, prosecutors described how in one money-making scheme, Whitehead extracted $90,000 from a nurse, a single mom in her 50s who attended his church, with the promise that the money would serve as both an investment and to provide her with a home. But the pastor spent the money on himself, according to court records. I lost everything I had worked for, the church member Pauline Anderson said in a victim impact statement. She has had to pay more than $40,000 in legal bills as she fought Whitehead in civil court, Anderson said. Taxes and fees have also racked up as she took early withdrawals from her retirement fund. The anguish associated with having to repay taxes on funds the accused personally spent while I was left with nothing is indescribable, Anderson said. I mean, again, we've been saying it on this show. Cap, what do you think of Lamor Whitehead being sentenced to 9 years in a federal penitentiary.
Well, you know, with the diabolical, wicked Christian church, you know, he should have gotten more.
Right.
But you know, but it's I'm not surprised that you know, these type of stories that happen to a Christian pastor. I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? It's like the only you know, it's crazy because the only Christian pastor that I know that didn't rob anybody or rob anybody and take money from anybody was my father. You know, and that's because I've seen him going to work after service. You know, trying to make ends meet, driving cab and driving limousine. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, a Christian pastor, you know, this happening to a Christian pastor, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. You think about this day and time, they would be like people would like be a little bit more wise,
right?
You know, but with all the things on social media, people will be a little bit more wise, you know, but they're not. You know, they're not. They still think that the more money they give to the pastor, Jesus is going to come down and pick them up and lift them up on high. And they were going, you know, it's such a trick. It's such a trick, you know, and really, this is the remnants of Christianity. This is the remnants of Christianity, and a lot of these pastors are going to fall just like him.
That's right.
You know, this is going to happen. You know, I yield on that, brother.
Damn right.
Damn right.
God, y'all, my guy, bro.
Oh no, I said it. I share the same sentiment, man. Like these stories right here is almost like played out. I feel like that's why we be having so much talking about tequila, because like tequila is almost more important than this right here. You understand?
For real.
You know, tequila gonna do what tequila gonna do. Henny gonna do what Henny gonna do. But it's like for our people, we don't know that pastors are gonna do what pastors is gonna do.
Yeah.
They're going to take money from the people. They're going to hurt the people so that they can further push their own image. That's what the job entails. That's what it is. Right. I mean, just look at like, you know, and I hate it for my sisters, man, and the older generations and people who allow themselves to get scammed by people like him. But come on, man. Like, you got to stop being stupid at some point in your life. Look at him. Does this nigga look like the guy that you're supposed to hand $20,000 over, thinking he gonna flip it and give you $80,000 back? He doesn't even look like that. He doesn't even look. You understand? He's not even trying to hide it, Tapawan. These pastors nowadays, they wearing your church money on their wrist. You've been paying your church $30,000, and they wearing it on their wrist right in front of you while they tell you to go pray to solve your problems, man. You understand? This man right here, he's nothing. You understand? I'm sure he'll get his judgment in prison, even though it's only been for 9 years. I'm sure somebody gonna have some kind of care for that grandmama that he hurt up in that prison. And he might have to be a Muslim. He might have to go in there and be Muslim. But, I yield, man. I don't, you know. I missed something, man. I missed something when you were saying about what happened at the Juneteenth festival. Did this have something to relate to that woman, or was it just? Gotcha.
I was just saying because again, at the time you were talking about how pastors steal from their congregation. They don't help their congregation. They take from their congregation. And this woman, you know what I'm saying, was basically trying to come at you, not you personally, but, you know, say you were wrong. That pastors don't do that. Like my pastor don't do that, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? But this is just another example where we can see clearly, you know, this dude again had, you know, a church of his own. You know what I mean? When he comes out, them church folks will probably embrace him with open arms. You know what I mean? Like, back to regular schedule programming.
Now, Salaki, it's like Christianity is such a strong drug that people can have a little thought, a little inkling that what the pastor's doing. He's stealing money and everything. He's getting over on everybody. But Christianity is such a strong drug. They just keep on hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, and pouring money in because in their mind, what's embedded in their brain that, hey, the Lord is going to bless them. The Lord is going to pour down some blessings on them, because, that's what church is all about.
Right.
You give to the pastor, and hey, you're going to get more, you're going to get more. Why you see the only one shining is the pastor. You still own you still owe a light bill. You still owe got something on your rent, still do. But he's the only one shining, telling you to keep on praying and keep on having that faith.
Right. Come.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
No sweat.
That sister lied, man. That sister was lying. That pastor did not pay her rent. You understand?
Right. Facts. That's a lie.
Yeah, she lying. And here's the thing. Here's how you know she lying. Because pastors paying rent in the black community, that doesn't exist. That is not a thing. That's not something that even when they get a testimonies don't even say commonly, in House of Gospels Saints in Latter-day Saint Church, they paid our rent, yada, yada, yada. That's not something that happens in the black community. So one of two things is she's either completely lying because she's a lying bitch, which is what most Christian women do. They lie out the side of their neck to uplift something. Like they'll rather lie to uplift something rather than just speak the truth, rather than battle what the pastor does. The problem is that the Christian church doesn't do anything.
Right.
So spend something when the pastor doesn't actually do anything. Like he doesn't actually heal the dead, raise the dead. He doesn't actually heal the sick. He doesn't actually pay your water bills. He doesn't actually teach you anything about the Bible. So what can you do other than lie and say that he paid your light bill? The other reason why I know that she's lying is because if that pastor did pay her light bill, then you know what would happen? Everybody would then go to that church.
Right.
Everybody would. That church would be famous. That church, every nigga in the streets of America would find out who that pastor was, who paid that light bill, and they would run into that church tomorrow. You know why? Because they are sheep, and they're going to go to where the help is, and they're going to go in there, and they're going to get their light bill paid. Now, here's the question. Is your pastor going to pay all of their light bills too?
Right.
Pay all of their rent too? No, they're not. They're not going to do it. You lied. And if he did do it for you, you're probably sleeping with him. I'm going to be honest with you.
That's what I was going to say.
That's right.
You probably gave him something for that. Because them Christian pastors, that's bad for business. Paying people's water bills and light bills is bad for business for a Christian pastor. Right. That's the opposite. You understand? They're going to say that's the Lord's money. They're going to say that once you give that money up, that money belongs to the Lord. Is that not what they teach? That you ain't seeing that money again, but that sister right there, yeah, she was a bona fide liar, and she probably gonna be next to get scammed.
Right.
I tried to help her.
I recall very clearly that how she was dressed. This sister had on the tightest dress you've ever seen in your life, with all of her assets, you know what I'm saying, wobbling all over the place in the middle of the Juneteenth festival, and then she had the audacity to get upset with my brother because my brother, went to talk to her and he used a curse word, not at her, but I think Batazar said something like to the effect of, so your pastor really be like paying for like people's different shit, like something like that, like in passing, right? Like, and she got upset. Oh, you gonna curse in front of my children and all of this. Meanwhile, she got her behind all out, her cleavage all out, or whatever. So it definitely made sense to me that she probably is sleeping with the pastor. So maybe he did pay her rent. You know what I mean? Because of that, not because he's a good dude and is taking care of his congregation, but because she's essentially a prostitute. And he's just